Hey everybody, this is Bridget, um, and Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Project. Anyway, this morning I'm having some of my smoking blend. See, my smoking blend. And I don't know if you can see what's on it. Anyway, some good friends of mine, native friends of mine who are big herbalists made this for me. Particular today I'm using it to help my lungs because I've been sick. So this particular blend has mugwort, mullein, lavender, rose petals, and blue lotus. And the mullein's helping to go in and disinfect my lungs. And that's all that's in it. I mean, obviously you can put, some tobacco in it, or even probably some cannabis too. But I'm having it plain because I need all my sinuses and breathe it in through my sinus area and my lungs. So you can just go out and you can, something I've been teaching people for years is just to go out and find good mullein. And at the end of the, when it's really beautiful and green, leaves, you could use like flowers and stuff like that too. And then dry it, and then crunch it all up and put it in a nice jar when it's all dry, so that you can smoke it in the winter. And you could put it in a pipe, or you could roll it. But yeah, and most of the time, sometimes in the morning, I'll smoke it for prayer. So today I'm not smoking it for prayer because my lungs and sinuses needed it more than anything else. So anyway, one of the things I'm using to combat this horrible respiratory caca that I got from the chemtrails last Sunday. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about was that excuse me, something that I've trying to, I realize like what happens is that people, you have to have the whole brain function. You have to have past, present, and future happening. And people have been trained to bypass like the present moment. And so they don't really know, language doesn't support the present moment either. So nothing in your tool bag that you've been prepared for helps you with the present moment. I mean, you could use meditation and stuff like that, but sometimes it's just changing. Excuse me, I'm itchy. Sometimes it's just changing how you participate and activate yourself into the present moment, which has to do with language too. I'll catch myself. I'll be doing something and I'll be thinking about something that needs to happen in the present moment, but I'm thinking in the past tense, or I'm thinking in the future tense, and that's not going to help me to create it in the present moment, because I'm creating, from the past to the future. So just kind of a thing to think about. Past. I have had a dream, which is just like saying, I've been dreaming about something in the past, like maybe something I want to do for a living, or some kind of education I want to get, or the person, that I want to be, right? So past, I have had a dream. Present moment, I am in the dream and creating it. Because you can't go from, I've had a dream to the future of I'm living my dream, right? You have to have like this moment of creation and the creation period. So no matter what your life looks like in the present moment, you're actually in the dream, being given time to participate with it and create it in that moment, so that your future, the future, I am living in my dream. I am living my dream is the future. Present moment, I am in the dream and creating it. So in the present moment, you're in the moment. You're in whatever it is that you want, need, desire, whether you like it or you don't like it. And that's the opportunity to create what you really want. And sometimes that doesn't mean that the outside world's going to change, but what's going to do is going to change your inner world. And you're going to live according to your own, inner guidance, your own GPS tracking device, you're going to live by your own accordance. So it's kind of a tough thing to teach people about the present moment and what that present moment looks like, and how to, be in the present moment, because that's the key to your future not being the same as your past. And this, looping that continues. So, and everything in your reality has probably trained you to be in the past or the future, and striving for that without the present moment involved. And sometimes also too, when you add the present moment and you start working with everything in the now and the present moment, what happens is that you realize, like, some of those dreams you had aren't really actually things that you want, and that are not going to make you happy, and that don't really emotionally fulfill you. So if you don't get in the present moment and start being with it, feeling it, working with it on a daily basis, you're not going to really know much. You're not going to have that knowledge or that wisdom base, because you're really not going to be connected to yourself. You're not going to be connected to your mind. You're not going to be connected to all the aspects that you need in order to generate, a different future outcome. Anyway, so one more time, the past, I've had a dream. I've had dreams. This is what they are. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. And I think what happens is, people start to get depressed in their late 20s, 30s, because, no one really taught them any differently. So they had all these dreams. They thought about what their life was going to be like. They were going to have maybe fame and fortune, or blah, blah this or blah, blah that, and have money, and I'm going to be different than, my parents, and I'm going to be living different. And then it doesn't happen. And then they do exactly the same thing that their parents did. And then late 20s, mid 20s, 30s, they start waking up to the horrific nightmare that they've recreated their parents' lives. And so they didn't really do anything different. And all of their dreams, die on the vine, and are not going to bear fruit. They're not going to bear fruit anyway, because you're doing the same exact thing as your parents. And did they bear fruit? No, probably not, because if you wanted to come out the gate with a lot of different dreams, then obviously their dreams didn't go anywhere either. So then you got to back yourself up, get yourself in the present moment. Eckhart Tolle has a lot of great books on that. The Power of Now, New Earth, Stillness Speaks, meditation, just a lot of different things. Changing your thinking, changing your vocabulary and your languaging in your mind. The records that are playing to a present moment type statement, and staying in the present moment to continue to work with it. So, present moment, I am in the dream. Whether it's a good or bad dream, doesn't matter. It's up to you to change that in the present moment, which means this is the incubation and the creation period. And if you bypass this, you're going to have the same thing that you've had in the past. And no matter how you try, no matter what you do, you're not going to get out of it. And your future is going to replicate the past. That's how the program works. The future, I am living in my dream. I'm living my dream. And like I said, that may be different than you thought it was going to be once you start working with the step-by-step process. You may decide that there are other things like emotional contentment and happiness over money. And maybe you didn't know that until you got in the present moment and you really started to think about it. You start to tie together how you feel about things, what you're willing to do for what. If you're going to want to compromise, what kind of loyalty or obligation. All these different factors that go into creating your dream and how that dream is created. So anyway, that's it. Over and out. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.